All right, there off, ladies and gentlemen, is a fair start here. St. Paul's on the outside line, running away from the competition on the outside in lane 8. She's coming around quite rapidly. She's followed there by the Sadler's Primary School in Ward. But on the inside, here comes the other St. Paul's athlete Brown coming through quite strong. But on the outside in lane 8 is going to be Liberado St. Paul's who's going to take the goal. Yes, she does, quite comfortably. On the inside, we have another St. Paul's Primary School athlete in the person of Brown, taking the silver medal and award out of the Sadler's Primary School, perhaps, taking the bronze medal. That is unofficial, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Mills, once more, domination by the St. Paul's Primary School.
Well, St. Paul's is saying that we are the defending champion in this zone and we're going to maintain it. And so far, they are looking quite well. And I'm certain that the St. Paul's fans are happy about it, knowing that St. Paul's is doing quite well, Sylvester.
Doing quite well. We are just looking to see how they may measure up to the other zones. We know we have seen so far the other 4 zones, or 3 zones, Mr. Wilcher. We have not yet seen the private zone. The private zone produces some very good athletes as well. And so we are looking to see how they compare.
Well, last Friday, it was a ding-dong battle between Tyrrell Williams. Mr. Wilson will tell you about
I'm
it.
glad that Sylvester went because maybe they've been in our trouble. Because that thing was so. We announced that T. William won, only to take it back and say it's Sandy Point, 13-13. And then they go to the silver, Sandy Point 19, T. William.
Right down to the last race.
Wow.
You see,
That was
a
tight.
race was run. I don't know what official to look for because I'm a school coach that would not pass by me.
I know.
Remember, there was a hurdles, 200 meters girl hurdles where 2 athletes from Tirilium were disqualified.
Yeah.
They had the results. Later down, they run back the race. 6 were in the first, now only 3. And now Tirilium won that race. So,
Oh, God.
so you had
All right, they're off, ladies and gentlemen. They're on the 11 boys, 200 meters. And look at them go on the top. We have the Sadler's Primary School, but coming around making up the stagger on the inside. We have the Sadler's Primary School in Matthew, looking real good, coming around in lane 4. Sadler's looking good. Up the straightaway. Let us see what is happening here. The David Primary now taking over in contention. Is David Primary a bit of a stumble, but he's going. He's followed there by Sadler's. Is David looking as though they're going to take the goal in this one on the 11 boys. Goal to the Gateway Primary School, Mulrain. Ryan Mulrain there out of the Gateway Primary School, taking it in grand style, followed by Sadler's Matthew. And we have the St. Paul's Primary School in Kelly coming through for the bronze medal. That is unofficial, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Gateway, Mr. Wiltshire, getting their second gold medal there.
Yes, but St. Paul is still a good distance away. Going to take some catching up this afternoon to really compete with St. Paul's.
We are now looking at the starting line. We have the under 13 girls 200 meters finals and the lane assignments. We have running out of lane 1. We have Webster of the Gateway Primary School. Running out of lane 2, Warner from Edgar T. Morris Primary School. Out of lane 3, Blake from the Sadler's Primary School. Lane 4, Benjamin from the St. Paul's Primary School. Lane 5, Connor from the Gateway Primary School. Lane 6, Welcome from the Edgar T. Morris Primary School. Lane 7, Charles out of the Sadler's Primary School. And lane 8, Douglas from the St. Paul's Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, the under 13 girls 200 meters finals. And the off, ladies and gentlemen, is a fair start. The under 13 girls, 200 meters finals. Up on the top, they have St. Paul's Douglas already moving away from the rest of the field. Making up the stagger, we also have Benjamin out of St. Paul's coming around in lane 4. It looks as though Benjamin trying to close things down, coming through in lane 4. Coming up the straightaway, just about 60 meters to go. Benjamin on the outside. We also have Douglas. Douglas and Benjamin on the inside. This one is going to be close. Sadler's is coming through. This could be tight. It could be Sadler's. Oh my, Sadler's creeping through there at the last moment out of lane 3. Could that be it? It looks here, it's Blake out of Sadler's, or it's Edgar T. Warner, Edgar T. Warner, and looking quite strong on the finish there, Edgar T. And so we see things changing with the older lads, the senior athletes at the primary level, at the 200 meters, doing something different. Now we are going to turn our attention to the final 200 meters. Now is the senior boys at the primary level, the under 13 boys. 200 meters, and it's the finals. Running out of lane 1, we have Pemberton from Edgar T. Morris. Out of lane 2, Body from Sadler's Primary. Lane 3, Challenger from the St. Paul's Primary. Lane 4, Bradshaw from the Dateby Primary. Lane 5, Decent from Edgar T. Morris Primary. Lane 6, Jeffers from the Sadler's Primary. Lane 7, Blake from the St. Paul's Primary. And out of lane 8, Harvey from the Dateby Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, is the under 13 boys 200 meters finals. The lanes are loaded to competitors each from each of the 4 primary schools. We're expecting a very tight contest from the under 13 boys. Athletes are now under the starters' orders. And they're off, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fair start. On the top, we have the Dateby Primary School, trying to make some grounds, followed there by Blake out of St. Paul's, trying to close things down. In lane 7, Blake looking good, coming around now, taking charge of things. Just about 65 meters towards Blake. Long strides and arms working, pumping very well. Going to the finish line, he's been trailed there by the Primary School. It's going to be Blake that takes the goal. And coming through slightly, the other St. Paul's athletes in Challenger, closing things down at the last moment. When the Dateby athletes started, it was all over. There came Challenger sneaking through and bowing at the finish line. He could be in for a medal as well.
Yes, Sylvester, but Blake is an athlete. We're going to have to look close at the inter-school.
Well, let us hope that he's under 13. Very good run by the under 13 boys, 200 meters finals, and that's the end of the 200 meter series. Mr. Wilcher, your impression?
Well, we saw once again there was a bitter competition from one or two of the other schools, but St. Paul's has it, Brandon. This entire competition, it's as if they are saying, I'll give you a little piece of the action, but I'm taking most of it.
So there you have it, the wrap-up of the 200 meter series. I guess we're going to see some medal presentation sometime soon as well. After that, we give you the lineup. Mr. Mills, what's the lineup coming up?
We have the under 11 male and female 300 meters, and then we have the under 13 400 meters male and female.
There's some more excitement, and the 300 meters and the 400, they're also considered sprints, sprint events. No longer you jog around, you have to sprint around. It's a dash to the finish line. 300 for the under 11 girls and boys, as well as the under 13 girls and boys, 400 meters.
And Sylvester, I think we are on par.
On time?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Wilcher, who are our sponsors for today?
like giant malt.
Giant malt as usual. Have a giant malt. It's a kid's drink now. Too much, a little too much sugar, but we can do with it. Giant malt or the Caribouis has been with us for a long time, a very long
Many,
time,
many years now.
many
We can't
years.
even count them.
I tell you, want to thank Caribouis for the sponsorship of athletics in St. Kitts and Nevis, we can say as well. Yes.
Waiting for results.
Okay, it looks as though we are getting organized for our second medal presentation ceremony, and we are waiting for the final results.
Still awaiting the results for the medal presentation. Let me see Andy's in the house now. Okay, so we now move on with the 150 meters order 9. Brought out of Edgar T. Deshoya Hawkins. Hawkins. Silver out of St. Paul's. Gavini Brown. Brown. Going out with the goal out of St. Paul's. Kishore Liebert. Liebert. Move to the males. Going out with the bronze out of Edgar T. Tyron Chaz. Chaz. Silver out of St. Paul. Isani Challenger. Challenger. Gold also out of St. Paul. J. Leader. Leader. Move to the under 11, 200 meters, females. Bronze, out of DFA, Tiane Patrick. Patrick. Awaiting the under 13, 200 meters results. Silver, out of St. Paul, Kizone Blake. Blake. And gold, out of St. Paul, Kailana Woods. Still awaiting the under 13 200. 200 meters on 11 boys.
Organizers.
Out of
the 7 girls 80 meters dash. And once again, we are going to be asking you to stay behind the barriers. Please, please remain behind the barriers, please. On the 7 girls 80 meters dash. Running out of lane 1, we have Samuels from the Sadlers Primary School. Out of lane 2, we have lane 3, Gums from the Dainty Primary School. Lane 4, Keynes out of Edgerton Morris. Lane 5, Hanley from Sadlers Primary. Lane 6, Warner out of St. Paul's Primary. Lane 7, Scratch. Lane 8, Welcome from the Edgar T. Morris Primary. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 7 One, two, one, two, one. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little technical difficulty. We're sorry about that. Now we are back. Have a little juice up here. We are looking at the 100 meters coming up shortly. It's the 100 meters that will be on the 11 girls 100 meters and the under 11 boys as well. Then we'll move to the under 13 girls and under 13 boys 100 meters. I have not received the start list as yet, but I can see that the athletes are all ready and rearing and ready to go on the starting line. All right. And the off, ladies and gentlemen, the under 11 girls, 100 meters. Look at it, movements here on the right side, but on the inside in lane one, it looks as though it's going to be the Gateway Primary School. But there's a challenge coming through from the St. Paul's Primary. Is it going to be? Lane one, Gateway Primary, lane one.
Good race there indeed, Sylvester. We see Date Bay, we see St. Paul's all coming in the mix.
Yes, yes, a good run there by the under 11 girls, all told. Two out of the St. Paul's Primary and the little one on the inside in lane one. Running like Hazel Crawford in lane one, down the straightaway, or up the straightaway, I must say, to the finish line
And
in
Sylvester,
grand style.
so far the afternoon has hold fair. Somehow it was looking quite overcast.
Much better, much better. The weather has held quite well so far. And hoping that we don't have to put on our sweaters a little later on. But
You couldn't ask for more rain, Sylvester. You get enough rain for the plants.
well, enough rain for a lot of things. However, we're here at the St. Paul's Recreation Ground and we're having a fabulous time. It's East Zone 2, the final of the public schools here at St. Paul's Recreation Ground. And we're having a fabulous time.
And giving
All of the schools are performing.
and performing well.
And the teachers have come out, their parents and uncles and aunts and cousins, and they're all here. We're hoping that the students are also here to support their schools as well. And we are doing fantastic for the afternoon.
I'm just giving the public a little reminder that come Sunday the 11th, all road lead to the Tyrrell Williams all road lead to the Tyrrell Williams Sport Day at the virtual sporting complex.
All right, so coming up, we're going to look forward to the under 11 boys, 100 meters finals coming up shortly. We just saw the completion of the under 11 girls, unofficially won by the Gateway Primary School and followed there by St. Paul's 2 and 3. And so the boys, they're going to be getting themselves organized for the under 11 boys, 100 meters. And as we are asking you to kindly stay behind the barriers, please kindly remain behind the barriers. Running out of lane one, we have Finch for the Edgar T. Morris Primary. Out of lane two, we have Stevens from the Sadler's Primary. Out of lane three, Chumney from St. Paul's Primary. Out of lane four, and they're off, ladies and gentlemen. There they go. On the inside, Edgar T. Morris looking good. But look at St. Paul's coming through on the outside. Kelly. Kelly with it there, being followed by David, but Kelly streaking up. Edgar T. Morris on the inside. It's going to be Kelly. Yes, son. Edgar T. Morris in French, probably sneaking inside at the last moment. That one is very tight. Edgar T. Morris on the inside with Finch, Josiah Finch. And you had Kelly, Denver Kelly out of St. Paul's Primary, doing quite well in that particular
So
race.
that race was more competitive, Sylvester.
A lot more competitive. The girls were equally competitive, I must say. The under 11 boys, though, doing quite well on this occasion. 100 meters it was, the 100 meters finals. Once again, St. Paul's having a good showing this afternoon. So too, Edgar T. Morris. So too, the Bay Primary. And as well, the Edgar T. Morris and the Sadler's Primary School. Yes, yes, yes. So coming up shortly, we will be looking at the under 13 girls and boys. Under 13, how are you, man? Yes. Gaza, what's up? Oh, my education family, you hear that? Gotta come to you guys. Whoa. Coming up shortly, we're going to have the under 13. Under 13 girls, 100 meters. We don't have with us the start list. Somewhat tagging behind. But once again, we just saw the completion of the 80 meters for the under 7, under 8, under 9s. And then we looked at the under 11 girls and boys for the 100 meters. And we are waiting the completion of the under 13 girls and boys as well. So it's the Department of Sports in collaboration with the Education Department. These Zone 2 championships here at the St. Paul's playing field or recreation ground. We are now seeing some athletes getting organized. Mr. Wilcher, look as though it's another medal presentation ceremony coming up shortly. But we have not yet completed the under 13 girls and boys 100 meters. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it appears as though we are getting ready for another medal presentation ceremony. And I wonder.
Okay, so we stand by for another medal presentation being presented by Ambassador Kenny Douglas. 80 meters, honor 7 females. Bronze in a time of 16.09 seconds. Out of Sadler, Nalisha Francis. Francis. Nalisha Francis. Silver, 16.05. Out of Edgar T. Morris, J.D. Keynes. A runner with the goal in a time of 14.78 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Deandra Warner. Honor 7 males, 80 meters. Bronze, 16.64 seconds. Out of Edgar T. Ivan Prentice. Silver, 14.93 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Yamani Leader. Gold, out of 14.84 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Alex Hazel. $80 meters on the 9 females. Bronze, 14.19 seconds. Out of Edgar T. Morris, Javisha Christian. Silver, 14.16 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Gavini Brown. And gold, ladies and gentlemen, 13.25 seconds. Also out of St. Paul, Kishande Liebert. On the 80 meters males. Bronze in a time of 14.13 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Sadlers. Kyrie Romney. Silver medalist, 13.53 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Jay Leader. And gold, ladies and gentlemen, 13.35 seconds. Out of Edgar T, Tyron Chaz. Go to the under 11 100 meters female finals. Going on with the bronze in a time of 16.25 seconds. Out of St. Paul's, Kailana Woods. Silver, 15.90 seconds. Also out of St. Paul, Kazerne Blake. And solid gold, ladies and gentlemen, 15.73 seconds. Out of Deep Bay, Jalicia Jules. On 11, 100 meters, boys. Going on with the bronze in a time of 15.48 seconds. Out of Edgar T. Josiah Finch. Silver medalist, 15.28 seconds. Out of Deep Bay, Ryan Mulrain. And going away with the gold, 14.87 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Denver Kelly. And gentlemen, put your hands together for the medalists. We thank Ambassador Kenneth Douglas, for presenting the medals.
Sylvester, we see the the under 13 boys and under 13 girls at the 100-meter mark.
Okay, yeah, that is true. We are very happy to see that. So in just another few minutes or so, we're going to have the under 13 girls. 100 meters finals coming up, the under 13 girls. Running out of lane one, we have Taylor from the Sadler's Primary. Out of lane two, Benjamin from St. Paul's Primary. Lane three, Connor, David Primary. Lane four, Isaac, Edgar T. Morris. Lane five, Lane six, Douglas, St. Paul's Primary. Lane seven, Webster, David Primary. Lane eight, Warner from the Edgar T. Morris Primary. Ladies and gentlemen, 100 meters, under 13 girls. They're off, ladies and gentlemen, under 13 girls, 100 meters. Look at what is happening here. Movements here by Douglas. Douglas up the center. Here is St. Paul's, Douglas. St. Paul's, Douglas on the inside. You also have Benjamin. Oh, my. Benjamin outside for St. Paul's. And on the outside, Douglas also of St. Paul's.
Well, that was a competitive race. We see you were looking for the one on the outside, but the one on the inside might have just got there before.
Possibly the one on the inside running out of lane two, Benjamin. Janiqua Benjamin must have done it for the St. Paul's Primary School. All right, coming up now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the final 100 meters. The final 100 meters. Under 13 boys, 100 meters. Outer lane one, Challenger, St. Paul's. Lane two, Harvey, Derby. Lane three, Taylor, Edgerty. Lane four, Jeffers, Sadlers. Lane five, Williams, St. Paul's. Lane six, Bradshaw, Derby. Lane seven, Dason, Edgerty. Lane eight, Scratch. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the final. You're under 13 boys, 100 meters. Ah, looks as though we had false start. Normally by the senior boys, they jump the gun once or twice.
Very anxious moment.
Well, they'll all be back in. They get a green card and they all go back in. But if you were under the international rules, Mr. Wilcher, one false start and you're out. Not at this one. We're still with the under 13 boys, 100 meters.
We go to Nevis.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the under 13 boys, 100 meters. Let us see what is happening on the inside in lane one. It looks as though it's Challenger trying to pull away from the rest of the field. Challenger is still Challenger out of the St. Paul's Primary School. It's Challenger that takes that one. A Challenger followed there by, is it Edgar T. Taylor? A very strong and powerful looking athlete on the 13 boys. Unofficially, Challenger out of St. Paul's.
Challenger more or less power his way through.
Yep. And there you had it, ladies and gentlemen. The final 100 meters just been completed. And we ask you not to forget to patronize the bar below the pavilion. Go and refresh yourselves. You have drinks on sale. You have goodies on sale. There's some food on sale. Someone just notified us that they had some popcorn on sale and crunch on some popcorn. Don't know how healthy that is. Maybe popcorn without salt. Whole wheat popcorn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving on now to the 1200 meters open for girls and then for boys. Longest races we are going to see here this afternoon, the 1200 meters. From 4 laps of this 300 meters track. We see what the East Zone 2 has to offer. Saw some very good races out of the West Zone and the East Zone 1, as well as the Bastille Zone. Hmm. Looks as though we are going to have another medal presentation ceremony, Mr. Wilshire, to complete the 100 meter and the 80 meters. All right.
Okay, medal presentation. On the 13 females, 100 meters. Bronze in a time of 15.55 seconds. Out of Deep Bay, Serenity Webster. Webster. Medals being presented by the Honorable Minister Samuel Duggins. Silver, 15.35 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Janice Douglas. Douglas. And solid gold, ladies and gentlemen, 15.33 seconds. Also out of St. Paul, Janiqua Benjamin. Move to the boys. Under 13, 100 meters. Bronze medalist in a time of 14.50 seconds. Out of Deep Bay, Antoine Harvey. Harvey. Silver, 14.38 seconds. Out of Deep Bay, Javion Bradshaw. Bradshaw. Running with the goal, 13.95 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Keshan Blake. Thank the Honorable Minister for presenting these medals.
Yes, we are asking you to patronize the bar. Make sure all is sell off from downstairs. Patronize the bar. Yes, Sylvester, we have the 1,200 meters open coming up, the long distance. And let's see if the other schools could come in the mix for this.
All right, we are awaiting the athletes for the 1200 open for, for both female and male athletes. They have to go at least 4 times around the track. They can go for more. Well, we only expect them to give us at least 4 laps of the track for the 1200 meters. Once again, we want to congratulate the sports department in collaboration with your education department for this East Zone 2 championships, fourth of its kind for this the athletic season. We've been doing quite well so far. The weather is quite good for athletics at this particular time of the day. Can't say what may happen in the next half an hour, but at this particular time, solid weather for athletics, very cool,
The weather has hold up.
held up somewhat. A little cold draft coming in, so if you have babies, the doc said to cover them up.
Wilshire and myself, as the older folks, we have our long sleeve.
Very good. You guys came all ready for this weather. We see the flags are fluttering in the breeze, and So we have a strong breeze coming off the sea.
And we see the old campaign out there with his sweater, Pepe Isaac.
That's right. He's all prepared for this. It looks as though we are going to have, is it the hurdles? I see some hurdle movement. We are going to have the hurdles before the 1200 meters or after the 1200 meters? Okay. So the 1200 meters is an open event, so we can have athletes from any category. We see just two schools on the line, four athletes, DB and St. Paul's. Neighbors are going to have a little trash out here. Not going to bet on any team here. The athletes are now under the starters orders, ladies and gentlemen. Is a 1200 meters and off. Open for female. And away they go, DB. Not getting a start list, but they, for the first 100 meters, they've been not taking any prisoners at all.
They're going at a rapid pace.
This is how the Ethiopians do it. They go out and they peer off and they go in twos and you have to catch me if you can. So way to go, ladies and gentlemen. They've been in the lead, 1 and 2, followed by St. Paul's, who is now trying to move a little closer to ask a little question. He does. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Here they go. It's Debe Primary, still looking good. Working their arms quite well. Come on, put your hands together. That's the first lap, and it's the Debe Primary School. Well, yes. Followed there by St. Paul's. Hmm. I see a little thing going on here. St. Paul's now closing on the rest of the competition. It's a 1200 meters open. We're on the second lap. Still looking like a good race here for the Bay Primary School. And here comes St. Paul's now going up and just to touch off and ask a question. 1200 meters open. Hi. For girls. We have Henderson out of their bay. Henderson and Francis out of their bay. Now in the second and third position. Here comes St. Paul's Douglas coming around the top of the curve. It looks as though it could be round. This is the second lap, ladies and gentlemen, of the 1200 meters. St. Paul's now in the lead. Looking to go for the third lap. St. Paul's Primary School. We are with Brown. We are with Brown. Out of St. Paul's Primary. Followed there by Henderson. Henderson and Francis from the Dateby Primary School.
Sylvester, the four athlete looking good.
Looking quite strong indeed. What is Brown? A little glance over the left shoulder, realize she's moving away from the rest of the field quite eagerly and easily.
Third lap.
This is an athlete for the future. There she goes. Moving steadily forward. A stiff pace. Coming around the curve one more. Just about another 400 meters to go.
And Sylvester, the breeze encouraging the athletes.
Yes, once you get to your back, it's easy going down the hill, but you're going to come against it right about now. Here is Brown. A little glance over her shoulder once more. Coming up the straightaway. Working her arms well. Pumping her arms well. Coming up to just about the bell lap. Is the 1200 meters, ladies and gentlemen, here at the St. Paul's playing field. And there goes the bell. One more lap to go, another 300, just under 300 meters. Is St. Paul's in the lead with Brown. Brown now increasing her strides. Another glance over her shoulder. Realize she doesn't have any more company. Moving away from the rest of the field. Here comes Dave Bay in second position, getting the bell as well. And another St. Paul's. St. Paul's Douglas. And another Francis. We have Francis here of Dave Bay. That's right. Down the back stretch for the back last time. 1,200 meters. St. Paul's in the lead there with Brown. Look at the posture, erect, straight up. Legs coming up to meet the hands. Parallel to the ground. Another glance over left shoulder. Moving away from the rest of the competition. Just under 100 meters right about now to go. We are with St. Paul's Primary School. Looking for another gold medal. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for St. Paul's Primary School Brown. She's striding to the finish line, working very hard. Put your hands together for Brownie. She's through. Just about 10 meters to go. It's going to be St. Paul's that takes the goal in the 1,200 meters open for girls here at the St. Paul's Recreation Ground. We have Debbie coming through. Debbie Henderson looking good. Coming up the straightaway, just about another 30 or so meters. Henderson looking quite well. Looking quite well, looking quite strong. And it's going to be Debbie that takes the silver. Yes, it is. All done. And St. Paul's that comes to take the bronze. A very good run there, 1,200 meters open for girls.
Yes, sir. Round of applause for the athletes.
All right, coming up, we are going to have the 1,200 meters open for boys. Edgar T on the inside. Yes, Edgar T on the inside. We also have Henderson, Edgar T. O'Loughlin Henderson from the Debe Primary School. From the St. Paul's Primary, we have Harris. We also have from the St. Paul's Primary, George. And another Debe Primary in Cannoneer. Well, let us see how they're going to do it in Kenya now. It's a Kenyan race. You have the rabbit goes out hard. O'Loughlin trailing behind for the Edgar T. Allowing the athlete at the front to take the force of the wind, the resistance. You just log in behind there in a safe space. Okay. Coming up for the first lap now. Still with the Deep Bay Primary School. Henderson. Still Henderson. O'Loughlin on the outside. O'Loughlin now for Edgar T taking the lead going around the curve. Just about 400 meters. O'Loughlin with the longer strides now just opening, opening, still opening. O'Loughlin striding all the way down the backstretch. Quite comfortable at this time. It's the second lap of this 1,200 meters open for boys. A little slowing and a little recovery period right about now. Yes. And now O'Loughlin goes again. He's been challenged. Challenged, of course, by George. George getting into the mix. Right inside the George out of St. Paul's primary. Now taking charge of things. Up the straightaway. Seeing some movement again. It's not going to be easy. Coming up to the third lap of this 1200 meters. Open for boys. George with it now. A little glance over his shoulder. He has company. Taking it around. Lachlan. Henderson. George leading the pack. Followed by Cannonier as well as Harris. Coming down the back stretch, they are moving. 1200 meters, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third lap of a four-lap race. It's 1200 meters, 300 meters per lap. Coming around the curve quite easily is George. Principal. And George easing forward. Coming up to the fourth and final lap. We're with George out of the St. Paul's Primary. He being followed there by Henderson from the Date Bay Primary and O'Loughlin out of Edgerty. Going against the wind here, but working his arm pretty well. George now coming up to the bell lap. Yes, he gets the bell right about now on the 300 meters. On the 300 meters, Henderson. On the 300 meters, O'Loughlin. And up comes Harris, also out of St. Paul's. Looking to get into contention. We'll have to work a little harder. George way out front with just about 200 meters to go. George of St. Paul's is at 1200 meters. Final lap. Final lap. George going. Holding back something. But he's still going. He's still going. George is still going. Henderson is going as well. O'Loughlin going as well. Everybody moving. Here comes Harris. Harris moving as well. But George, a little glance over his left shoulder. And he's still going. He's working hard. Now up the straightaway against the wind. Working, working, working is George. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Here comes St. Paul's Primary once more. Followed by Henderson. St. Paul's Primary once again. Does it in grand style. Goes across the finish line and takes the goal. Followed by Henderson. And O'Loughlin. Now getting some energy from somewhere. Powering his way to the finish line. Looking for the bronze. Gets the bronze. Across the finish line he goes. Harris as well. Completing strong. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the open race. Open for boys, 1200 meters.
Yes, well run. All of the 1,200 runners should be applauded for a great run. And we still have one on the track. Which one is Cape Bay? Cape Bay athlete still coming, ladies and gentlemen. Bring him home. It's not easy out there at all. Some can't walk it, never mind run it. So commend the young man. Put your hands together with just 110 meters to go. The thing is to finish the race, not just to start, but to finish. And he's doing it. As he come around the curve, still 80 meters to reach home, but he will reach home, ladies and gentlemen. And you can help him reach home by applauding him. Bring him home, please. He has tried finishing the race. So many of us have started, but never complete. And this young man is completing, and he should be commended. Yes, Bay, finish the race.
Congratulations to all of the 1200-meter athlete girls and boys. You have done quite well this afternoon. All of you have done pretty well. We had about 4 competitors in the girls open category, and we had at least 5 running the boys open
So
1200
as
meters.
we get ready for the hurdles, just to tell you that the medal count is Sadler's one silver, five bronze. Edgar T, one gold, four silver, eight bronze. Diekbe, four gold, nine silver, seven bronze. St. Paul's, 23 gold, 14 silver, eight bronze. I'm just to ask you to patronize the bar. They have lots of drinks as well as cook up with pork, pizza, and all kind of food. Nobody should go home hungry this afternoon. So please patronize the bar. No cane is here to break anymore, so go on and buy. Buy at the bar.
And you love me living like regretting together forever. We live in life family. Come share stairs, the streets together. We live together. We drink together. We wake together. We dance together. Everything got money. Making story. I mean, you do. Where is the sun? One generation for them. To have the near, to be near, to be near, to be near. My wife and everything, it's Saturday, it's Saturday. We said, go, my career. I get from Russia. I don't need Sunday evening, come back, we can't even. Let's get big on it. Only words, I need money and everything. Let's pretend it. Let's get big on it. Only words, I need money. That's someone, that's one, and the rest of them, just in the air. All right, oh my God, someone, for them, just in the air. All right, Halloween, one federation, it is an, it is an. Halloween,
Would like to pick up pizza. Another good is, don't if you're hungry at all this evening, go and patronize a bar. Remember, the money is being spent on your children, whether here in St. Paul, Deep Bay, Sadlers, or Edgar T. Morris. So support the bar, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of good is still there. Don't go home hungry today. Standing by for the next series of hurdles. That should be the on 11 and on the 13, 200 meters hurdle for males and females. So far, we have completed 30, 30 events. We have 8 to go. We're standing by now for the commencement of the second set of hurdles for this afternoon.
Mr. Wiltshire, I think we're on par in terms of our timing.
We are now about 17 minutes to 6. The hurdles should have started at 5:30. Remember that here in St. Paul, the sun leaves us suddenly. So to avoid getting in the dark, I think we should get going once again.
Show front. See no one else. Get them time. Betcha, 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 in the face, betcha, in the sleeve, Steve, betcha, 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 betcha. What's what's up? What's yes? What's up? What's what's up? What's up? You can't get me hit. No come in the kitchen. I said, if you can't get me hit, don't come in the kitchen. I'm sticking. And then we mad. And then we sick and fed up. Yes, I mine hard. Like it's guns we beg up. What it is, what it is, what they want. College are taking, but most of them are bad. So we bad. Shall we go in and I'm stuck. Get them bringing it down. What's up? What? What's up? What's up? Listen. Pressure. 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 Let's do the pressure. Get it on it. Pressure. Get it on it. Pressure. Get it on mind. Pressure. What? What's up? What's what's up? What's 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 pressure? Pressure. Money. Pressure. Oh, pressure. Pressure. I know I don't know. What? No. Wait, don't be lying. Check the phone. I'm not going to believe in the no. We got something to tell you. Let me go. Every minute, every hour. All right, we're now looking for the only 200 meters hurdles for girls and they're already on the starting line.
Running for the Digby Primary School, we had Jefferson in lane 1. For Edgar T. Morris, we have Wilkin in lane 2. For the Sadler's Primary, we have Phipps in lane 3. For St. Paul's Primary, Francis in lane 4. For the Day Primary, we have Patrick in lane 5. For the Edgar T Primary, once again, we have Fifield in lane 6. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the under 11 girls. Under 11 girls, 200 meters hurdles.
Smarter than them. Final performance. Boy for the boy who made me to Nathaniel. Me went to the next night. We can't go think of it. Half the way, can't go. Got to put
They're off, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fierce start. First hurdle there, running up quite easily. We have St. Paul's getting the first hurdle in Francis. She's coming around trying to make up the stagger on the outside. We have DB looking quite strong as well. DB still looking good. On her right side, she has Woods also out of St. Paul's. It's Debe and Debe. Debe and Debe, but Woods pulls away with the final hurdle to go. She's moving now to the finish line. It looks as though it's going to be Woods. Is it? Yes, it is. Woods. And on the inside, we have the Debe Primary School in Jefferson and the other Debe athlete in Patrick. That is unofficial, ladies and gentlemen, but a good run by Woods on the outside for the St. Paul's Falcons. We're just learning that they have a little pet name
well, they're getting themselves geared up for for the inter
for the
school.
Rams,
Inter,
Inter Rams, our Rams Inter Primary.
you think Dr. William Connor is ready?
Always ready, always ready. We left them ready. You'll have to ask about Beach Allen. They need to get ready.
Okay.
Coming up now, we have the under 11 boys, 200 meters, under 11. Running out to lane 1 for Edgar T, we have Davis. Outer lane 2 for Sadler's Primary, Carey. Outer lane 3 for St. Paul's Primary, we have Harris. Outer lane 4 for Dateby Primary, Mulrain. Outer lane 5 for Edgar T, Finch. Outer lane 6 for the Sadler's Primary, Matthew. Outer lane 7 for St. Paul's Primary, Chumney. And outer lane 8 for the Dateby Primary, Woodlard. Ladies and gentlemen, the under 11 boys, 200 meters hurdles. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the under 11 boys, 200 meters hurdles. Let us see what will happen at the first hurdle. Uh-huh. It looks as though St. Paul's in Chubney, pulling away from the rest of the field on the outside in lane 7. Let us see. No, we have Edgar T on the inside, Finch. On the inside, they're coming through. Let us see what happened is Finch and Chubney. Chubney out of St. Paul for the final hurdle. Look as though it's Chubney and Finch to the finish line. It's going to be Chubney that takes the goal. Followed there by Finch out of Edgar T for the silver medal.
Well, Sylvester, tremendous one there by the athlete there. And I could tell you that St. Paul's continue to pile on the pressure here at the St. Paul's recreation ground.
Another good showing must be said by the St. Paul's Primary School. You can see that they're working for another zonal championships. They're well on their way. We see the other schools trying, but would need to try even harder
This gone
to
beyond
dethrone St. Paul's.
zonal championship. This gone to preparing for inter-school.
Well, we are going to have to wait and see. Preparing for inter-school, okay. Champion of Champions should be coming up at some time soon. And we'll get an opportunity to see what is happening with our primary
The
school.
real done.
The real done?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're with the under 13 girls, 200 meters hurdles. Under 13 girls, 200 meters hurdles. Running out of lane 1, we have Charles from the Sadler's Primary. Out of lane 2, Douglas from the St. Paul's Primary. Out of lane 3, Matthew from the Dateby Primary. Out of lane 4, Isaac from Edgar T. Morris Primary. Out of lane 5, Sam from the Sadler's Primary. Out of lane 6, Edwards from St. Paul's Primary. Lane 7, Webster from the Dateby Primary School. And lane 8, we have Warner from the Edgar T. Primary. Ladies and gentlemen, the under 13 girls, 200 meters hurdles.
Saying good afternoon to Rochelle. Good afternoon, Lady Rochelle Huggins.
Oh, they're off, ladies and gentlemen. Under 13 girls, 200 meters hurdles. First hurdle go the way of St. Paul's. On the top, Edwards leading the field on the top, running out of lane 6. She has just moved over the second hurdle, going to the third hurdle now. Is St. Paul's, Edwards. Edwards with it up the straightaway, the final hurdle. She's been challenged on the inside by Douglas. Is Edwards on the outside? Douglas is coming through on the inside. Douglas will take it for St. Paul's. Followed there by Edwards, also out of St. Paul's. A very good run there once again
Yes,
by the team St. Paul's.
yes, and you see, Douglas had what it takes the last 60 meters. She had enough to really power her way through to protect the goal, Sylvester.
Well, the strength showed there, her strength, her power. She actually had to drive to the finish line to take that one away from Edwards.
I'm wondering if those from the Dr. William Connor and the other schools are watching now.
Probably they have some agents here. No doubt they're agents here from all of the zones. I see Education Officer Matthew. She's here. She's from another zone.
And you can't give this sport department um, too much credit by not commending them because they have done a fantastic job in the whole series,
That's right.
led by Mr. Jeffrey Pedro Hazel.
We have to commend them all for their work.
Good leadership led from the front.
Understood it was the brainchild of Timothy Morton, who was once the athletics advisor and coordinator at the sports department.
He's a good individual when it comes to
Yes,
athletics.
so they are
Very good.
leading the way. And we are here with the East Zone 2 championships at the St. Paul's Recreation Ground. We are now with the final 200 meters hurdles. The final 200 meters hurdles, ladies and gentlemen. For the under 13 boys, they'll run the final 200 meters hurdles. Outer lane 1, we have Blake. Let us see what is going to happen. This one is off. Blake is working very hard in lane 1. Coming up for the first hurdle. It looks as though we have Sadlers going around the bend. Challenge on the inside there. Already closing. We have Blake out of St. Paul's. Coming up the straightaway. Can he hold out? Dave Bay going away from the rest of the field. Blake on the inside. Is Dave Bay in Bradshaw? Is Bradshaw with it? Can Bradshaw hold on to this one? Can Bradshaw hold on to this one? Oh my word. Douglas almost closing there at the finish line.
This guy Bradshaw, he's a very good athlete.
A very good athlete indeed. And he had a challenge there for the final 5 or so meters by Douglas out of St. Paul's, and it was a ding-dong, neck and neck for the finish,
And
to the finish line.
Bradshaw was just able to get ahead in front of.
Luckily for Bradshaw, yeah, Javion Bradshaw out of the bay. But a very good run by him nevertheless, because he sped off quite quickly, maintained his consistency in getting over the hurdles, and away he went.
With each of the zone champion coming up against each other, that in itself would be a clash.
Well, it's going to be a clash, and we are going to see what happens. We know we are going to have champions of champions, zonal champions, a champion from each zone.
Sylvester?
That is going to be where?
In the beautiful town of Sandy Point?
So we now stand by for yet another medal presentation, but we're still encouraging you to patronize the bar, the food bar, the drink bar. They still have food, they still have drinks. So go on
and if you don't want to eat too heavy, you could have a little popcorn.
So we now stand by for yet another medal presentation. The 1200 meters male and female open. So these medals will be presented by Ambassador Kenny Douglas. The bronze medalist in a time of 5 minutes 42.40 seconds out of St. Paul's, Shaquela Bryan. Bryan bronze. Going away to silver, 5 minutes 51.42 seconds out of Deep Bay. Vanice Francis. And winning the gold, 5 minutes 11.75 seconds out of St. Paul's. Clivania Douglas. Move to the boys. Running with the bronze, 4 minutes 59.29 seconds out of Edgar T. Keshawn O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin. Silver medalist. 4 minutes 52.72 seconds. Out of Dieppe Bay. Niquandre Henderson. A solid goal, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes 46.97 seconds. Out of St. Paul. Stefan George. George. We move to the on 11, 200 meters female hurdles. Bronze, 38.43 seconds. Out of Dieppe Bay. Tiane Patrick. Patrick. Silver, 37.63 seconds. Out of Dieppe Bay. Ronisha Jefferson. Jefferson. And solid goal, ladies and gentlemen, 36.92 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Kailana Woods. The 200 meters on 11 males. Hurdles. The bronze medalist, 35.71 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Davian Harris. Harris. Silver, 34.74. Get me. Josiah Finch. Finch. And gold, ladies and gentlemen, the time of 34.11 seconds. Out of St. Paul, the Nasri Harris. Moving on to 13 females, 200 meters hurdle. Bronze, the time of 36.13 seconds. Out of Dieppe Bay, Serenity Rapsa. Silver, 35.56. Out of St. Paul, Rhea Edwards. Rio Edwards. And gold, 34.84. Also out of St. Paul, Janice Douglas. Douglas. Finally, the under 13 males. Bronze. The time of 32.80 seconds. Out of St. Paul, Zachary Challenger. Challenger. Silver, 31.67 seconds. Also to St. Paul, Keshawn Blake. Blake. And solid goal, ladies and gentlemen, 31.57 seconds. Out of Dieppe Bay, Jeffion Bradshaw. Bradshaw. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the medalists. We thank Ambassador Douglas for the presentation. We now stand by for event number 35, which is the Honor 9 mix 4x1. Then we have Honor 11 mixed and Honor 13 mixed 4x1. And finally, it would be the open mix 4x4. So 4 more races, ladies and gentlemen.
road, This is a road car for Europe. This is a road car for Europe. The body road, especially road. God, body road, the body road, especially the road. One thing I know about thinking people say we on the road. Yeah, we on the road. When we on the road, one thing I know about thinking people they on the road. I read on the road. When we on the road, we don't know what's the road. When we don't know what the road. Everything that and play everything that's the features where we find them. And this is how we touch it. Touch it. All right, now we touch it. And then you roll. You must be roll. Touch it. Touch it. And we touch it. When we are the roll, this is how we will say the don't be on the road, Joe. Especially road, that's the road, God, body road, since the body road, especially road, no, but think it's zero.
All right, we're getting ready with the under nine mixed relay, ladies and gentlemen.
And, and Sylvester, the lights on here.
That's what I was hoping not to see. All right, we're starting with Dip out of lane 2, lane 3. We have Edgar T, lane 4. We have Sadler's Primary, and lane 5, St. Paul's. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the first leg, 4 by 100 meters relay for the mixed relay for the under 9 category. First handoff, already looking good for the St. Paul's Primary. Yes, they're gone. Picked up there by Edgar T in second. You also have Sadler's. Around they go, ladies and gentlemen. On the inside, you have the Bay Primary School. Looking for the second handoff. Closing well, very well indeed. Yes, a bit of a tussle there by Sadler's. But they're off. It's still going. Here is St. Paul's now, moving away from the rest of the field, looking quite strong. Rapid pace coming around there in lane 5. The St. Paul's Primary School looking for their third and final handoff. Yes, it is good. Here comes St. Paul's. Up the straightaway, St. Paul's with it. Lady trying to finish for St. Paul's in rapid pace. Followed there by Edgar T. And Sanders come across the finish line. Is the St. Paul's Primary School with another gold medal there. Tremendous run for the mix 4 by 100 meters.
Yes,
Really.
Sylvester, tremendous one indeed. But I was much impressed by the excellent button passing of St. Paul's Sylvester. Good button passing, and they execute well.
Very well. They were under pressure on the second leg and they sped away for the third leg. And so you can see there was some training that must have taken place. But a good run nevertheless there by St. Paul's Primary and the Edgar T. Primary School. End of the 4 by 100 meters mixed relay. We are now
And
going to look.
Sylvester, this is all good for the athletics when it comes to nice button passing.
Well, the baton passing is essential.
Very crucial, very critical.
Yes, critical. If it is a close race,
Yeah.
if it's not such a close race, then it's easy. You know, you can mess up the baton passing and still win if
I'm
you have
certain that
good foot speed.
you have people scout from Sandy Point and from Dr. William Connor elsewhere watching here.
Yes, they're spies. We're going to call them spies.
Oh, they are spies.
Agents from the other zone that are looking on to what is happening here with St. Paul's. Teacher Matthew, good evening. You look cold, cold, cold. I want the wind blow you away. Where your partner? Where Simmons? I'm looking for Simmons. All right, coming up, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have the under 11 mixed 4 by 100 meters relay coming up shortly. Out of lane 2, we are going to have Edgar T. Morris Primary. Out of lane 3, Sadler's Primary. Out of lane 4, the St. Paul's Primary. And out of lane 5, the Dateby Primary School. It's the under 11 4 by 100 meters mixed relay.
And Mr. Wiltshire, so far the crowd has been a well-behaved crowd. Very much so.
Yes, indeed. One of the better behaved crowds we have witnessed in St. Paul, but perhaps because they are top of the ladder.
No, I believe that the St. Paul's crowd always come to see athletics
No,
and
but remember that when you have house rivalry, that's a difference.
well, left to be seen. Let's hope
Because,
that they live up to expectation and
well,
stay off the
yes,
track.
so good. Yes, they have been off the track, but remember, it's just the team now. It's not some of the children running blue house, greenhouse, etc.
All right, they're off, ladies and gentlemen. The under 11 4 by 100 meters mixed relay. Away to go. On the top, we have the Dateby Primary. Been trailed there by the St. Paul's Primary. St. Paul's Primary looking quite strong. Here's the handoff, boy to girl. Yes, St. Paul's gone. Around the curve now, running out of lane 2. Looking quite strong, the St. Paul's Primary School. In the lead once more. On her outside, she has the Dateby Primary School. They're coming around the curve. And let us see the second handoff. No doubt will go the way of the St. Paul's Primary School. Good baton passing, a bit of a sticker there for the Dateby Primary School. They're in second place, but St. Paul's gone now for the third leg. Looking for the third and final handoff is the St. Paul's Primary. Running away from the rest of the field. Coming around for the third and final handoff is St. Paul's once more. Going to finish in rapid style. There they go. Up the straightaway is all about St. Paul's Primary. And where they go, ladies and gentlemen, you can begin to put your hands together for the St. Paul's Primary. It's the under 11 4 by 100 meters mixed relay wins goal. And followed there by the Dateby Primary School and the Edgar T. Morris Primary, as well as the Sanders Primary School. A tremendous run by St. Paul's Primary once again.
Yes, you could see that the St. Paul Primary School had good preparation. You could see that they were in training, and I'm certain that the coaches are very proud of their performance here this afternoon, Sylvester.
Well, they have made the school proud, the entire community proud, I guess, and the coach might be a little happy with what they have seen here for the championship, but it's expected here in St.
But
Paul's.
when we go to the Rams, it will tell the man from the boys.
We are going to see men or boys. I can tell you that something is going to happen.
And,
Something is going to happen. But
and, and,
I like what I've seen this afternoon out of the St. Paul's Primary School.
and the sport, the train continues at the Samuel Williams Sporting Complex in Virtuals on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah, all crowd moved to the Samuel Hunkins. Hunkins?
Samuel Williams.
Williams.
Vincent Williams,
Vincent, cricketer,
former
yes.
radiologist, and
Radiologist, yes.
Monty Sinclair Samuel, cricketer, footballer.
Yeah.
For the Tyrrell Williams Primary School Sport Day.
Okay.
That is on
And
Sunday.
we can't forget the private zone, the national private zone, coming up on the 23rd. It is said it would be at Keon.
The private zone will be okay on?
Yeah, because Warner Park is cricket, Canary is cricket.
Oh, yes.
But I don't know why they didn't use Newtown.
So we have some pack weeks coming up, Mr. Wilshire.
Yeah, because we have a number of sport days coming up. Charzy Mills is going to be on the 19th, I think it is, as well as Bassi High.
On the 18th.
The 18th, as well as Bassi High.
Mr. Wilshire, the ladies will go and chaperone for the nice dress, the nice pants, and also
Well,
the nice hairstyle
you know, for
and the
the,
eyelashes.
there's the high school meet, you know, they really go all out. I don't know who they're looking to see, but maybe it's you, Mr. Mills. Can't be Sylvester and myself.
Maybe Sylvester Charles. They try to impress.
I can't see. Don't see at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for the mixed relay 4 by 100 meters for the under 13 category. Under 13, 4 by 100 meters. And it's another mixed relay, ladies and gentlemen. Out of lane 2, we have the Sadler's Priory. Out of lane 3, we have the St. Paul's Priory. Out of lane 4, we have the Dateby Primary. And running out of the lane 5, we have the Edgar T. Morris Primary School.
And,
Ladies and gentlemen, 4 by 100 meters mixed relay for the under 13
and,
category.
and Sylvester, there is still good visibility. The lighting is still good.
Fairly decent. And they're off. It's a fair start. We see Edgar T. trying to mount an attack here for the first leg. Edgar T. looking quite strong. Followed there by Dateby and the first handoff to the St. Paul's Primary School, a way to go. Getting around the curve quite briskly, still led there by the Edgar T. Morris Primary School. Closing, we have the Sadler's Primary School looking quite strong on this second leg. This looking good for the Sadler's Primary School. A handoff to the Sadler's Primary School. Down the back stretch for the third leg. On the outside, we have the Edgar T. Morris Primary School running away from the field. This one is looking all Edgar T. Morris Primary. Coming around the curve now. We're having some real contention here. Handoff to the St. Paul's Primary. Edgar T. Morris now trying to run away. This one coming up the straightaway. Can she hold out? Is Edgar T. Morris running away from the rest of the competition? It's going to be Edgar T. Morris. Yes, it looks that way. Edgar T. Morris go across the finish line and takes goal. A tremendous victory there for the Edgar T. Morris,
Is that
followed
the
by
first
St.
goal,
Paul's.
Sylvester?
Huh?
That's the first goal.
Edgar T.
Well, we say congratulations to Egati Morris, the first goal, and it was a tremendous race indeed. The passing of the baton, the nice execution, and the fans had something to really cheer about the last 60 meters or so.
Well organized. Well organized, I must say. They were well organized for this particular relay, the under 13 mixed 4 by 100 meters and won it convincingly. Congratulations to the Edgar T. Morris. And congratulations to all the other schools as well. The St. Paul's Primary, the Dateby Primary, as well as the Sadler's Primary School. So that is the end of the 4 by 100 meters relay. We are still with you. We have one final race to go. It's an open race, a 4 by 4 and it's also a mixed 4 by 4 Just one final race to bring the curtains down on what has been a fabulous, exciting championships here this afternoon for the East Zone 2 championships. And getting it off for a while there, we felt as though we would not have had a championship this afternoon
because
because
of the weather.
the weather.
But
Okay.
God.
But there you go. And we were able to have the championship. The weather held up quite well. And so the rains went away. And we are now down to the final race of the East Zone 2 championship.
And nobody,
Congratulations.
even the crowd has got more than the money worth.
Well, I'm happy to see that the crowds actually came in at the end. I was a little bothered in the beginning when I came that I saw a spattering of spectators, so to speak. But they are all here now. Most of them are here. We have grown to see bigger crowds than this one. But
I suggest
at
that
the St. Paul's Recreation Ground.
have the St. Paul sport, the primary school sport there, you'll have a big crowd.
That's right. But I want to commend all of the teachers of the 4 schools represented here for the East Zone 2. You have done quite well, the principal and staff, auxiliary staff. We want to commend the sports department, the education department, who would have had anything at all to do with the success of this particular meet. We want to commend you highly for your efforts. You have worked tremendously hard. As usual, you have the coaches from the sports department. They've been working 24/7 to bring off all of these zonal championships, and you must be highly commended, of course.
Yes, indeed.
For the spectators who are here, the parents who are here, for allowing your children to run. You know, we have some difficulty, Mr. Wilcher, with parents not allowing children to participate.
Indeed. So we commend those who have loved the children to run, and we commend all who have come out to support this afternoon sports, supporting the athletes, supporting the bar, supporting the whole movement. Because without you, the sports they cannot be a success. So we commend you and we encourage you to follow the train to the various venues. Um, this Sunday, all roads lead to Virgil Samuel William playing field for the Terry Williams Sports. Next week, we're having Charles Mills at Sandy Point on the 18th, Bastia High in Bastia. And so the meets continues. We have the Brunty Welsh meet. We have the Tucker Clark, the William Connor, the George Moody, the Beach Allen, the Newton Ground, Sandy Point Primary, Brunty Welsh, and too much sport to mention.
So, Mr. Wiltshire, you'll have a lot of work on your hand.
Yes, so we are winding down here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a 4x4 mix to go. Still awaiting the commencement of the last race. Ladies and gentlemen, the 4x4 mix. Okay, after the 1200 meters, the 150 meters hurdles, and the 200 meters hurdles, The standing of the medals, Saddlers, 1 silver, 5 bronze. Edgar T, 1 gold, 5 silver, 9 bronze. Dieppe, 5 gold, 12 silver, 9 bronze. St. Paul's, 28 gold, 16 silver, 11 bronze.